Hey YouTube, it's your girl Z Baby with another video, and in today's video is all about gratitude, being thankful, and really to be humble when you manifest your things into existence. So if you're interested in listening to this video, keep watching the video, and shout out to all my new subscribers that subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all that has subscribed. Okay, so let's get right into the video. All right, so I wanted to take it from a year from last year. So last year of 2022, I was writing down my manifestations and I was talking about everything that I wanted to have. I said that I wanted to get an apartment. I wanted to have my apartment in Maryland. I originally wanted to have my apartment in Silver Spring. That's the real truth. And honestly, I got approved for both apartments, but I ended up taking the one in Hyattsville because I had already signed the papers and I was getting the keys and I already signed the contract. So I end up living in Hyattsville. But the point that I'm making is that anything that you manifest, write down, work hard towards, always give time and energy of the day, every day, to be thankful for it. This is why. Because anything that you have worked hard for to get can be taken away in a second. And if you don't show gratitude and being thankful for things, sometimes it can go for the worse. So what I do in the morning is I always pray, and I always say this prayer every single day. Every day, almost every day. And I say, thank you, Lord, so much for everything that you have done for me. I'm truly grateful and thankful to have everything, to have food in my stomach, to have a roof over my head, to have a loving mother that is still living, that loves me, to have family, to have a car to drive, to have money in my account, to have a loving boyfriend. I always say anything that I already have, and I always are thankful for it. And I always say, I'm so grateful and thankful. I don't know what I would do without you, Lord. I'm so thankful for everything that I have. I'm so thankful because I remember when I didn't have. I remember last year and the year after and the year after, I was living at home with my mom, being in the house with toxic family members that were disrespectful to me on the regular, even though they moved out when I moved out. Kind of think I should have stayed. But what I'm saying is that it's always good to be thankful. It's always good to take a day or a moment out of your schedule to say what I just told you. If you're not thankful, I don't know why, but I just know when you don't be thankful and you be taking things for granted, that's when stuff start going left. So at the end of the day, it's always good to just give thanks to people. Give thanks to people. Give thanks to everything that you have. Give thanks to the Lord, Jesus Christ, Jehovah, whatever his name is, whoever you pray to. Because I don't know, who is out there. I don't want to push religion on anybody. I know my Lord is Jesus Christ. So, but it is what it is. What I'm trying to say is that you always want to give thanks to anything that you get out of your life, because you never know when it's gone. You never know when it's going to be taken away from you. You never know. And you never want to show that you're not thankful. Oh, the light, y'all. I'm sorry. I always film right here because, to be honest with you guys, the way my apartment is, there is a patio that I can't get out of right now. They have locked me out of my patio, and I'm going to say something to them. I'm going to say something to them soon, because it's kind of irritating that I can't even sit on my patio that I pay for every single month. But as you know, my apartment is dark, so I need to have lights to film, especially when I do these little sit down videos. And I like the background, so I always try to sit on the floor, because right now I'm on the floor. But I have you guys propped up where I have my stuff. But the point that I'm making is that it's always good to be thankful. It's always good to try to take a time out of your day to be thankful. And insult to injury, if you're not thankful, you will see what's going to happen to you. That's all I got to say. Always give thanks to the Lord first. Always give thanks to the Lord first. He's the creator. He's the one that has got me through a lot of stuff. I'm going to tell y'all a little story time right quick. And I know this doesn't really have anything to do with what it is, but when have I always been straightforward in my videos? None of them. So I remember I was facing, and this is the first time that I was facing a DWI, right? Not the one that I was talking about like a year ago when I first caught one. And I remember I had blue in the machine, and I remember that it was 0.7 or something like that. I remember at the time my mom, thank God for that woman. I got to do more for my mother. Anyway, the point that I'm making is thank God that at that time that I had my mom there to help me. She had money to help me with, and she got a lawyer for me and everything. I didn't have anything at that time, and I had an apartment. And it doesn't matter the location. The point was, I was up to the ringer. I had credit cards that I could barely pay. I only had one job at the time. That's why I'm always hustling. And it was just rough for me. I did get another job. I ended up working for American at the time, and I was serving at night. But it was so hard because I've been working two jobs for like almost for 2 decades now. And I remember when I did have to go to court. I'm sorry, this is hitting a nerve. When I did have to go to court, my freedom, was on the table. And it was just like, if I didn't have my mother at that point, I don't know what I would have done, because they was really trying to pin me with this thing. And right before court, I did this prayer. And I said, Lord, please let me get this case dismissed. I want this case dismissed. I really do. I want my case dismissed. I don't feel like what they're trying to charge me is fair. At the time, my grandfather had died, so I was really hurt, And the case got dismissed. So, and I was thankful. So please, if you take anything out of this video, it's always good to give thanks. It's always good to thank the Lord. And it's always good to keep in mind that any day could be your day. You don't know when the last day you're going to breathe. You don't know the last day you're going to be able to look outside, eat a meal, go to work. If you have a family, spend time with your children. You never know. You never know. It's always good to give thanks. I don't know why I'm making this video. I just don't know who this video will speak to, but I like to be thankful for everything that I have in my life. Things might not be going the way that I want to right now, but at the end of the day, I really have to look back at everything that I've worked for. Now I want to say this. When you are being successful and you manifest everything that you have written down, I keep a bunch of journals around my house. I have a bunch of these. I can read some of the ones that my new goals for 2023. I said for YouTube, I want to get over 5,000 views on my main channel. For 2023, I said I want to start making money on YouTube. I said I want to get 10,000 subs on YouTube. I said I want to quit my job and become a full-time YouTuber. I want to make 3 videos a week. I want to start and make a business. I want to have a positive income on YouTube. For my personal goals, I said that I want to buy a home for at least $120,000 in Silver Spring, Maryland. I want to earn at least a 700 credit score. I want to save. I said I want to save $7,000, start a business online, stay positive, spend less money, Pay off credit card goals. I mean, pay off credit cards. And I said, yeah, so I think I wrote something twice. But the point that I'm making is that you can always manifest new things in your life, whichever stage you're going through. At the end of the day, it's not about how you got it. It's about how thankful you are because you have it. Because a lot of people feel like, oh, I got it. Nothing's never going to happen to me. I'm good. And they don't be thankful. Nah, I be thankful. Be thankful. Give thanks to everything you have in life. You do not know when the plug is going to get pulled. Like, I be at work sometimes. I work with people and I'm a server or whatever. And this is what I have noticed in every single year that I have worked with anyone. It's always the same thing, and they say it every day, every single day. They'll say, you know what? I didn't make any money today. I ask them every time. I always say, I said, how much did you come in the door with? They say, oh, I didn't come in with anything. I said, how much have you made? They'll say, oh, I only made $100. That's no money. I never say that. Anything that I come in the door, any job, and I leave out with a profit of any kind is always something to be thankful for. And it was like, so you're always talking about being thankful. Yes, because I look at homeless people on the street all the time, and I remember that I made a short not too long ago, and I said I wasn't giving the dude not $1, but the only reason why I wasn't giving him no money is because he straight up came up and was like disrespectful with it. He was like, yeah, let me get a couple of dollars. But when I'm driving on the road and I see a homeless woman, I always try to give whatever I have out of my pocket, because I know when I was younger, in my younger years, when I was like in my child years, I was homeless at one point. And I know how it feels to not have nothing. I know how it feels to not have your own bed to lay in. It's a blessing for me to have my own bed. It's a blessing for me to have a space of my own. It's a blessing for me to drive my vehicle, because I know I've been there before when I didn't have anything, when I had to share other people's clothing. I had to share other people's jackets, coats, socks, only having 2 pair of underwear and washing them out and putting them up. I know that. I know what it is to have nothing, to have absolutely nothing. When you don't have anything and then you get something, you appreciate it way more. You appreciate it way more. Like I swear, go there and not have nothing. It hits different. I don't know about people that have silver spoons in their mouth and they're just, always they good. But when you don't have anything or whatever, especially my mom, I grew up with a single mom. My mom is a single mother. She busts her behind every day. She's still busting her behind to this day. And I feel mad that I've moved out, because we're going through a rough patch right now in this USA. I don't even know if it was right for me to move out. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. But she still works and tries to do the best she can. At the end of the day, we have to be thankful, because you don't know when you're not going to have it again. You don't know when tomorrow's going to be gone. Who knows? The things that they doing in this earth, everybody should just be thankful for what they have now. They should not be getting upset because they don't have. And I'm sorry, I get emotional. That's why it's hard for me to do this video. But the point that I'm making is, like, at the end of the day, like, if you got a place to live, you got food in your mouth, you might not be the richest. You might not have a whole bunch of followers like you want, but you can say that you at least have the basic essentials to live. People on the street sleeping Like, it's like this world is so effed up. I just don't know where it goes sometimes. But at the end of the day, you always want to stand in your truth. Be thankful for everything that you get. If you didn't have something from last year, you got to give thanks. That's the whole point of this video. Give thanks, give back, be positive. Don't worry about the small stuff. Like today, I just went through it with a coworker that I work with. And it's like, at the end of the day, I got so frustrated. Y'all, I was so mad. And, I'm thankful for my job. I just prayed earlier. I said, Lord, please bless me with another job that's going to pay me way more than what I have now. But at the end of the day, I'm still thankful for it because it still pays the bills. I just paid my rent. And even in the first, I paid my rent early. But the point that I'm making is that things can be gone in an instant, y'all. So always be thankful for what you got. I'm thankful for that. My mother, I love my mom. I love everything that I have now. I just like the place that I have a roof over my head and everything. I feel like I've been saying that for like 15 minutes now. But at the end of the day, guys, I hope it's resonating in y'all head that you have to give thanks. And when you work hard towards something, never, ever feel like it can't be taken away from you. That's all I want to say. Always give thanks and always make sure that you be thankful. You just be thankful. Okay? So that is it, guys. I know this video might be, all over the place, like I always say, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that the people that follow me, I'm a real person. I go through things. I'm an emotional person, and I always stand my truth. What I want to say is that I was going to end the video, but I'm going to keep it going. I remember, like I said, when I was living with my mom and I was just living in her bedroom, her half of the room. I had half a room with all my junky stuff in it. My mom still took me in with all my stuff piled up everywhere, clothes everywhere, stuff all underneath my bed. Barely had anything, no space. And now I have a whole apartment to myself. So, the next thing, I'm trying to get into home ownership. But at the end of the day, guys, please be thankful. And that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Oops.